Welcome to the Make Movies Great Again podcast, the only show in the universe with the sole mission of destroying cynicism at the box office. Here are your hosts, Matt, Adam, and Sean.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Make Movies Great Again podcast. Except this isn't the Make Movies Great Again podcast. It's the Make Movies Great Again Movie Club podcast.
Yep.
And I'm here with Sean Abernathy.
Sean's
and
here. Sean's here.
And Adam Bernardino.
Sean's here.
Adam's also here.
Sean's
He's back.
We got a trio tonight. We got all three of us. For those of you who don't know, this movie club is going to be on Becoming Bond, the documentary about George Lazenby becoming Bond. And next week, just so you know, The Babadook, world-renowned
Romantic comedy.
romantic comedy. Right, Adam?
Not true. It's a scary movie.
It's a very scary movie, and that's going to be next week's movie club. So
If you don't watch it, you have to watch a movie of our choice, and it's going to be The Babadook.
it's going to be that again.
Great.
Life is linear. Life is a circle.
Life is a flat circle.
Is a flat circle, Adam.
Great men are not born.
Great men are not born. They grow great. God damn it. Give me a fuck that up. All right. I just want to jump right in at the top. I did a little research.
All right, hold on. Do we do
Okay.
thumbs or no?
Oh, yeah. Let's do, you're right. Sean, I'm sorry. Let's do thumbs around the table. Sean.
Thumbs up.
Adam, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs medium.
Thumbs medium.
Thumbs up.
And I'm going to give it a thumbs up as well. Great documentary.
We're on fire right now.
Yeah, we are really on fire. So this documentary was done in a certain style. Sean, explain, when you first... what was different about it?
So it was acted out.
Yeah.
It wasn't like your Ken Burns pictures scrolling across the screen,
Yeah.
or it was you guys nailed it, drunk history style.
Yeah.
Every once in a while. It didn't happen when you said that. I thought it was going to be that all the time.
Yeah, it just was a certain pieces of it.
Sprinkled here and there, and
Yeah.
then the characters were aware who you're talking to. It was funny.
And so...
It was a comedy. It was funny.
And the interview style. What struck you as different with the interview style?
It wasn't an interview. He told the story.
Yeah, and you would imagine the interviewer guides him,
Yes.
and they edit him out or whatever. But he does. I mean, I think you said it in our little group text, Matt. He's an unintentional great storyteller.
Yeah, fantastic. He's very
They're fantastic stories.
Yeah, really funny. And
Hilarious.
I love before we get deep into it, I just want to, that style of him looking directly into the camera while he does his interview.
Yeah.
Errol Morris is the one who started that, and he's a world-renowned, award-winning documentary filmmaker.
Is that what you're trying to get me to say?
No, I mean, kind of. I just want to see.
I did notice that, but it struck me more that there wasn't any questions.
So the interview style that he created, Errol Morris, he created this two-camera system where he wanted interviewers to look straight into the camera, but if you're asking an interviewee questions, and you want them to look straight into the camera and answer them, a lot of the times they'll stray off and look at you, behind the camera to the side of the camera. That's why a lot of times in interviews, it's people talking off camera.
Yeah.
It's very deliberate that they're talking off camera.
You're the third person watching an interview.
Totally.
Yeah.
But in here, they use a teleprompter screen, two teleprompter screens. One teleprompter screen projects the face of the interviewee from another room and the audio.
Wait.
The interviewer.
So here we have George Lazenby and the interviewer.
George Lazenby is sitting in a room, a studio, right?
Yeah.
And in front of him is a camera with a teleprompter on it. And usually they put words on a teleprompter for newscasters to read. In this case, it's Josh Greenbaum, the director and writer of this. His face
So they're
and
Skyping.
audio. Basically, they're Skyping from one room to another directly over the camera. So when he's talking back to Josh, it's only him in the room, directly looking into the camera and talking. And the same thing with Josh. Josh is having a conversation with George in the other room.
Is that why he sounds so far away, the interviewer?
Yes. Yeah.
He sounded like you. I figured it was because the mic wasn't directly on him, but he was basically through a speaker.
I'm sure they could have gotten better audio, and I'm sure the audio that was being piped into the room where George Lazenby was is better.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they wanted to get audio to make it seem like it's off camera because he's not the focus of this.
No.
Yeah. So that's kind of it's interviewing. This is the first documentary that I've ever seen that's done like this, and I'm fascinated by it, and I love this method of storytelling.
Yeah.
I love it. And you're right, no pictures, straight up reenactments.
And the actors were good.
Really good.
Yeah.
Josh Lawson and Cassandra Clementi Belinda, Cassandra plays Belinda, who's his like adolescent love and adult love.
Yeah.
And then Josh Lawson plays a young George Lazenby. So I mean, there's also the kid who plays the younger George Lazenby, and the baby that plays the one who steals the car at the beginning. Yeah. What are some stories that I'll go around? Let's go around. Sean, what was like one of the stories that popped out to you, like one of George's like stories?
Are you kidding? Like, walks in. I heard you're looking for Bond or whatever. I mean, that whole sequence. Like, he gets his haircut at the same place that Sean Connery does. Steals his suit, apparently.
Yeah.
Marches in and, like, totally bullshits his way. I mean, is there a better story than that?
No. Someone asked a question at South by Southwest when I saw this first, the premiere.
Yeah.
And I've watched it 3 times. I did not give this homework because I thought it would be easy for me because I've already seen it twice. I watched it again this morning.
Yeah.
So, that's how much I love it. They asked a question. How much of that was true when he stole the suit, and there was multiple people that confirmed that Maggie, who was played by, she's a famous actress.
Jane Seymour.
Jane Seymour.
Yes, her real character in real life confirmed. This is a story that's confirmed that
Maggie Abbott confirmed it.
He stole a suit from the suit shop, and they don't know if it was actually. Sean Connery's, but he did steal a suit, so that's really funny. Great, that's a great scene. Him going in for the interview to become Bond. Adam, what about you?
I thought that the stories of him bringing, I was dying when he brought the bats into the school.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Little kid. Like that's like I feel like it. If you live in Australia, great. You bring a snake into school. I feel like you could do that by accident.
Yeah, right.
But to wrangle up a bunch of bats and let them loose in his school, and then the little kid had like such a maniacal laugh. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, his childhood was so funny. Him stealing the car and
he's insane.
He's a crazy person.
He's crazy.
He is a back. What was it called again?
Batatic or yeah.
No, what are like the people in Australia like?
Yeah.
They call themselves they're from like the bush. A bush person. He's a crazy person.
Oh yeah.
I loved that Jeff Garlin was in it, and I loved that he just played his exact Jeff Garlin character from Curb Your Enthusiasm, just screaming the entire time. My brother was in tears when we went to go see it in Newport. He was in tears because he loves him from Curb.
Yeah.
He loves Jeff Garlin.
How about Dana Carvey?
Yes.
Yeah, played Johnny Carson.
Yeah, playing his famous Johnny Carson role. It was really great. My favorite though was when they had Nick Johnson on. Do you guys know which character Nick Johnson was?
Jake Johnson?
What?
Jake Johnson?
Jake Johnson is what I meant.
Oh, he was the guy. Yeah.
Jake Johnson.
Yeah, he was the guy that brought the girl or whatever.
To make sure he wasn't gay. That was so funny. And Josh Greenbaum, the director, and Jake Johnson are good friends.
Yeah.
And actually, a lot of the people that he brought in, famous people that brought in, he knows them on a personal level, but he knew Jake Johnson, sent him the script, and Jake Johnson called back and was like, I know you didn't ask me to audition for a part, but I would like to play the part of the guy that checks whether he's gay or not. So, he came on and was like, I would like that role, please. Can you just give it to me? I thought that scene was hilarious. It was also funny when he's on when they were talking about how he was the model for was it cigarettes? Big Text? No,
Fries. Big Fry.
Big Fry.
Big Fry, yeah.
Like those funny ads and him being a model and he didn't know that people took pictures with
He's like, I'll buy this car for you if you let me take pictures of you or whatever. What did he say?
Yeah.
I think I'm dealing with a homosexual.
Yeah.
He was so raw. He didn't care what he said.
No,
I love that.
No.
I mean, that would not fly on a lot of things.
No,
but he
not.
he just said whatever. He's hilarious, man. And I'm gonna come out and say it. Favorite Bond now.
Right? You
kidding me?
How do you back not? And you look at it a totally different way.
How do you not?
Yeah.
Love that.
I have to go watch his Bond, which is on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
Yep.
Right? I have to go back and watch that.
I know I've seen it because I've seen them all, but I don't remember it. I have to go back and watch it.
It was great, and it's also honestly heartbreaking. There's a lot of it that's really heartbreaking. With the whole love story with Belinda and how he thought his life would be different if he had.
It's funny. I
been
didn't
able to
pity
stay
him.
with her. You didn't pity him? I didn't.
Cheated on her.
I definitely didn't pity him, but I also was.
You could tell it affected him.
The thing is,
what was he doing? He fought so hard for her, and then he did it to himself.
Yeah, but you know what?
bad for him.
Yeah, but I still did because think about this man. He's how old is he now? He's in his 70s.
Yeah.
George Lazenby, somewhere around there. Think about this man. He's thinking about the regrets of his younger self. Like, how can you not feel bad for someone like that?
But he talks about how he lived his life with no regrets.
Yeah. I mean, he's talking about how things could have been. I think he owns up to a lot of his choices.
Sure.
Totally.
No, he told him, man.
But it's just some of that shit is heartbreaking because you see people talk about it all the time. There's stories from our lives where you think about how things could have gone a different way in different circumstances and things like that. And I guess you kind of less cling on to his story and more of your story and other people know's story. So I thought that was great, and I thought Josh Greenbaum did such an excellent job of interviewing this guy and taking this. The guy was a great storyteller, but Josh Greenbaum really led the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If George Lazenby is the horse, then he's the coach, the stagecoach master, the whatever you call it, the
jockey.
Yeah, he's the jockey. Perfect.
No, it was really good. I really liked it. It's just cool to see something different like that, like you said.
Yeah, totally different.
Did somebody call that in, or is that something you guys came up with? No, Matt, you said you came up with it, right?
I came up with it. I think we started recording last week's episode without anything, and Mitch, Sean, and I I just kind of threw that out there because I knew it just came to Hulu on May 20th. So it just popped on Hulu this month, the last week. So it was just fresh in my mind, and it was something different. We hadn't watched the documentary yet, so I decided to go with that. I mean, I can't recommend this enough. If you like documentaries, if you like James Bond, it's fun. It's just legitimately laugh out loud funny.
Oh, it's so fun.
Yeah. And it's so uniquely done, like you said.
Yeah, if you like Drunk History, it's done in that style, and that's not. I didn't come up with that. Josh Greenbaum is the one who his inspiration for this movie was doing it like Drunk History. That's a direct quote from him. So, and George Lazenby's a great guy. Josh Greenbaum, the night I saw it at South by Southwest, someone asked a question about George and he didn't know the answer, and he called up George on speakerphone. Out of nowhere.
Really?
And was thinking about it. He's all right, where is he in the world? Okay, he'll be up. And called him and asked him about a mole on his face that he had since had removed, and he confirmed
Really?
it. He's I got it removed. Really funny. I have a video of it on our YouTube, on the Average Nobody's YouTube. I have the video of him calling George.
That's funny.
And in Newport, they did a Q&A after with Josh, the director, and they Skyped in George.
Really?
And George was more than happy. He loves to talk about it, and even though he didn't want to go on so I guess we're beating around the bush here, but he didn't. The big story with George Lazenby is he was Bond only once, and they wanted to bring him on for 6 more movies.
6 more movies and $1 million signing bonus.
And $1 million signing bonus, and he decided to turn it down because he didn't like the way his life was going with how the slave contract, which it was literally called.
Yeah.
How you could only dress a certain way, act a certain way to be Bond, and he didn't want that. He didn't want that to control his life.
It's pretty crazy seeing the interviews of them asking him, so do you do Bond things when you're not Bond? And he was like, no, man.
Yeah.
He's George Lazenby.
Yeah, and they're does Bond wear a beard? And he's like, no, but George does.
Again, this is George Lazenby.
George, yeah. Which is kind of crazy. That rings true now.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with, the world getting smaller and smaller with technology. It's harder to get away from, from things like that. If you're a famous person, sometimes you have to draw that line where, no, I'm not Captain America. I'm Chris Evans.
Yeah. Who plays the guy that plays the evil king and the kid that plays the evil king?
Oh, Joffrey.
Joffrey. That guy got a bunch of shit.
Yeah. It's shit like that. Yeah. So it's crazy.
He doesn't act anymore, right? Because
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, or hiatus or something. But yeah.
He needs to look different. He's probably working on a new look right now. Because everybody knows he's just an asshole.
Yeah.
Well, everybody thinks he's an asshole. Joffrey Baratheon.
So it's
Jack
on Hulu.
Gleason.
If you don't have Hulu, I can give out my good friend Matt's Hulu information.
Please don't, because that's my password for literally everything. That's my password for literally everything. They'll hack this podcast in a hot second if they wanted to. But anyway, that's it for next week. The Babadook. It's a horror movie.
It's a laugh out loud screamer. It'll have you screaming with laughter.
Yeah, you guys will be laughing like maniacs while you think about me watching it.
Are you gonna watch it with Jen? Jen, are you gonna watch it with Adam?
No, she's not gonna watch it.
Are we on speaker over there?
Yeah.
Wow. So Jen has to be quiet the whole time?
Yeah, I mean she's playing on her phone or something and making fun.
What a trooper! Shout out to Jen. Jen, thanks for listening.
Our number one listener.
Number one listener listens to every episode.
Not even Adam's done that.
Not even Adam's done that.
Oh, all right, here we go.
All right, guys. Well, that's it for this week, folks. We'll see you at the movies. See you guys.
See you, Hugh.